Good morning, Rajat. Thank you for joining in today's interview. How are you doing today?
Sir, I'm completely fine. Thank you, sir.
Great. So, Rajat, since you have come up for today's interview, can you please brief me about your profile?
Okay. Uh, Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I'm Rajat Man, born and brought up in Pilani, that is in Rajasthan. I'm a hardworking graduate, engineering graduate from Arya College of Engineering and IT, specialized in electronics and communication. Along with my degree, I have completed learning of Java language, through which I made up my mind to become a software tester. I'm good at self-learning, and I'm passionate to work for this company and enhance my critical and logical skills. On coming my hobbies, I love to read about the new technologies which are in the trending. So it also keep me updated in the market. That's all about me, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajat, for giving or introducing yourself. And since you mentioned that you are from a background of electronics and telecommunication, and right now you have decided to be a software tester. So, why did
Yes.
you decide software testing when there are so many other technologies available in the market?
So when I was learning Java, and the first thing I saw that what are the platform where I can go from Java. So the first one I saw, that is software tester, and I explore it and I love it. Like there are many challenges which I saw, the testing scenarios, and there are many things, many puzzles, many challenges are there. And the one thing, like these tester, all these testers, they deliver the quality product to the customer, which I love to be in the team. So that's why I choose software tester as a career.
Right. So, what do you think should be the qualities within a good software tester?
Sir, best qualities. Okay. First one is logical skills, because logical skills in somehow, if you want to save time, you have to automate the testing skills. For that automation, you need the logical skill to write the programs. The second one is problem solving, because there are many problems come across this complete testing process. And the third one is the communication skills, because whenever there is a problem, there is a bug or defect you identify in that test, you have to report it to the developer. For that, the communication between the tester and developer should be perfect. And that's also.
Thank you so much. So, given a situation, Rajat, for example, you get hired in my company, okay? Today, after the interview, you get selected within the company. And however, after you get hired, there is some problem with the project that you had been assigned to. So, we had to let go that project. So, I do not have any opportunity right now to place you in any other testing profile. However, there is an opportunity for technical support. There is a requirement in the technical support team. So, would you like to change your role or profile to a technical support to work in my company instead of a software tester if the situation demands?
So, so this is a very different situation for me. Uh, I like to work there, but not for a long time, because the thing for the field which I choose is software testing. So I want to become as managing a QA team in future. So the thing is, I want to be in this software testing field. I don't want to leave this field. Like it, if it's for 1 or 2 months, then it is okay to change the field, because in that field also somehow we got to learn new things.
That's well said. So, as you mentioned, Rajat, that you like to you like to go through new technologies, or you'd like to do some research about new technologies that are
Yes.
coming in the market. What is the recent technology that you have checked?
Sir, it's RTX 300. That is a latest RAM by the NVIDIA, which they launch in the market in like November in this year. So I read about it, and the latest technology is in Python also. That is AI and ML, artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is the most trending technology which is ongoing in the market.
So are you planning to switch your profile from a software tester to a data science in the near future?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. So, Rajat, in case you are working in my company and uh, you uh, you are facing some challenges with your project manager. So, in that kind of scenario, what will be your approach to ensure that it's a healthy environment in the workplace that every other colleague are working in? Yeah.
Okay, with the some disrespect with the, or
So there is a dispute between you
dispute.
and your
Okay,
project manager, and because of which you both are not in good terms. However, that should not be the environment within the bay or within the company. And definitely, you are not in a position to leave as well because you just joined the company, and you have to work under him for some time. So, what should be your approach that you sort the things out with your project manager?
okay. So, sir, first of all, there is a dispute between me and the project manager. So that dispute does not affect our work relations. So I'll leave that dispute outside, and I'll talk in person to him that if whatever the thing is happening, that will not take it out on the work, because it will affect our work as well as the company. So we'll sort it out after the work, or we'll discuss whatever the best situation is.
Absolutely. Well said once again. So, Rajat, how do you feel about working late or during the weekends if the situation demands in my company?
Sir, working for late means overtime.
Might be you are put into a graveyard shift which starts from 5:30 p.m. and ends at 3:30 a.m. So, tester's job is 24/7, right?
Yes, sir.
So, in case you are assigned to a day, means assigned to a time, basically you need to work in a graveyard shift, or might be you do not have fixed week offs. Saturday, Sunday is not your fixed week off. What will be your approach to that? How do you feel about that?
So according to me, we need we need this weekend, Saturday and Sundays as off. So if it's Tuesday or Wednesday, it's also okay for me. And the other one, that is working for late night or overtiming, that is okay for 1 or 2 weeks, and but it's not okay for long time uh, to put extra efforts and overtiming for the work.
No, it's not overtiming. It's a shift. So it's a shift that starts at 5:30 p.m. and ends at
Yes, sir,
3:30 a.m.
that's okay for me. I'll manage somehow.
Okay. So my final question for you would be that why should I be hiring you and not any other testers that are available in the market? What extra or what are the best part about you that you can give to my company?
uh, Thank you, sir, for this question. uh, Based on the research I have done, your company is looking for someone who has excellent listening skills, ability of self learning, and confident personal. So uh, I'm the person with who has the experience with these languages, especially the coding skills, and I I'm the best match for this company. When I was in college days, I used to learn new technologies. So I learned Java and Python there, and I would love to bring these skills to this position, and I'll give the best to this company.
That's great. So Govind and Amol, do you have any follow-up questions over here, or should we start with technicals?
No, I don't have any questions. You can start.
Okay. Thank you, Govind. So, Rajat, we are done with the HR questions. So, if you want, you can have a glass of water till the time we start with the technical round.
Sure, sir. May I go? No, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure. If you want, you can
Thank
have a
you.
glass of water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. So, Rajat, we are going to start with the technical round right now. So, my
Yes, sir.
first question will be, what is software testing?
So software testing is a process of the development process. The main objective of the software testing is to identify or detect the bugs from the software, and also there is another objective, that is to deliver the quality product to the customer. So this is all.
Right. So, as you mentioned that the responsibility of a software tester is to find the defect and a bug. So, is there any difference between a defect and a bug?
About it. So both are same somehow. Only little difference is that a defect is loss of some features, or there, there are some less properties which is completely not mentioned, and bug is like a mistake or a problem through which we cannot get further with that bug.
So, how these two are different from an error? So, what should be the difference between a defect, bug, and error? Anyways, not a problem. So, can you define what is use case testing?
Use case. So in use case testing, we will verify the complete requirements from the client.
Okay, okay. So, I guess you have heard about SDLC and SDLC, right?
Yes.
Software testing lifecycle and the development lifecycle. What is the difference between these two?
Sir, software development lifecycle talks about the software development, whereas SDLC, that is a part of SDLC, and it talks about the software testing, that completely testing. So this is the main key difference as well. Mm, do I need to explain it further?
If you want, you can, but if you are done, it's fine.
So in SDLC, there are few main key points. That is, first we need to do the requirement analysis. Then we design the complete document, FRS document, that is functional requirement and specification. And then comes the coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance. This is the whole process, which uh, which is in which is in like which is in the cycle. And the in testing SDLC, uh, The first step, that is requirement analysis, is same, but here we are mainly focuses on the testing. So the second one comes is test planning, then test designing, then test execution. And if a developer is sorry, if a tester finds any bugs or defect in the software, then it reports to the developer, and if it fixed, then it is test closed. This is all about the STLs.
Rajat, over this question, I would like to ask one question. Can we start SDLC and SDLC simultaneously?
SDLC and STLC. Sir, SDLC process is till coding we can do simultaneously. Like
Okay.
Yeah, further, I'll just ask you about the same. You said that in SDLC and STLC, there's a requirement phase. So, you mean to say that we are doing requirements again in the SDLC, or how it is different between SDLC and STLC?
sorry, sir, can you please repeat it again?
Yeah, sure. So, we say in SDLC, there's a requirement phase. Okay, in
Yes.
SDLC, in testing life cycle also, we say that there's a requirement phase. So how these two requirements are different from each other, or are they same?
No, sir, they are not same. In the functional, that is in SDLC, the document that is FRS document. So it consists of everything, like complete documentation on the project, from where to start, what environments we needed, on where we install the software, and all the UI part, everything is there in the FRS document. But in the STLC, that is requirement analysis, this consists how the project should be tested, what are the test plans, how to execute them, and what are the scenarios and the test cases. That is completely under this STLC part, requirement analysis.
Okay. Tell me about what is validation and verification.
Okay, first verification. It is a process through which we check whether we are building the right product. So it mainly focus on the documentation part. It also consists of the static testing, where we verify whether the documentation which done by team lead is correct or not. And this is a verification part. In validation part, validation it is done after the verification, and it mainly focuses on the software, and along with that validation, it is a process in which we are checking that we are building product right. And there are 4 types of testing which include in the validation, that is unit testing, integration testing, and then system testing and user acceptance testing.
Can you explain me integration testing in depth?
So integration testing, it consists of 2 or more modules. So in this testing, we check the data communication between the modules, and it is mostly done by the testers as well as the developers also. So there are 2 types of integration testing. First one is incremental integration testing, and the second one is non-incremental integration testing. So incremental integration testing, this is in this testing, we are incrementally adding the modules and checking the data flow between these modules. So there are also 3 approaches which includes in the incremental integration testing. So the first approach is a top-down approach, where we incrementally adding the new modules and checking the data flow between these modules, and ensure that the added module is the parent of previous module. And the second approach we use is bottom up approach, where we incrementally adding the new modules, as well as we check the data communication between those modules and ensure that the module added is a is the parent of previous module. And the third one is the sandwich or hybrid approach, which is a combination of top-down approach as well as the bottom-up approach. And the other part of integration testing, that is non-incremental integration approach. Integration testing. In this, we are adding all the modules in a single module, and through this we'll check all the functionality of the application. So this is all about the integration testing.
Okay, great. So last question from my side. What is a deferred defect?
Deferred. A deferred defect means the defect which have less priority. That means we can fix this defect in later 2-3 bits. That means the priority is not high for this default.
What do you mean by builds?
Builds, developers are making an executable files which are directly sent to the tester. So they will verify the main functionality of the application. They are not sending their codes directly to the developer. They are making that builds an executable file to the testers. That is build.
Yeah. So Rajat, I would like to ask one question. So tell
Yes,
me, what is the difference between web application and desktop application in the scenario of testing?
Web application and desktop application.
Yes.
Web. So, sir, web application is web application like mobile applications which are we can use in the mobile, or applications which we can use in PC.
Yeah, web application means that can be accessed through internet, website, applications.
Yes. So you
That.
are asking for the difference.
Yeah, difference with respect of testing scenarios. We suppose if I provide you a web application and also a desktop application, so and you are going to test that, or you are going to write a test cases for that. So what will be the key difference between both test cases? You can mention 2 to 3 main 2 to 3 differences.
First one, sir, we'll check the main functionality. Like in the desktop application as well as the web application, there must be a login system through which we can access the database or anything. So the main functionality of the application is to check the login functionality, and or we can also check the UI, that user interface, how the
Yeah,
user interface works.
yeah. Is there any difference with respect of security?
Sir, security means like there is a password security. So we can check that whenever a user will change a password, so is it showing the old password to enter the old password? If it's not showing, so it must be a security
Okay.
testing.
Okay, no worries. So last question from my side. Tell me what is gray box testing?
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay, Deep, I'm done from my side.
Okay. So since we are done with all the technical questions as well, so the final question that I would like to ask that Rajat, you might, as you mentioned, you are very goal oriented as well. So, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of time?
Sir, in next 5 years, I want to manage the QA team.
So, you want to be a position of a lead or a project manager, right?
Yes. For that, I need to develop my team leading skills and mostly the communication skills.
Absolutely, you will surely develop it as well. And suppose in case you are not selected in today's interview, what will be your approach for means towards your next interview or and all?
The questions which asked by all sirs. So first, I'll make a notes whatever the questions is asked and what the answer is which I put, and I'll ask my friend that whatever the answer which I gave in the interview, is it proper or the approach was proper. And through these, if I'll not get selected, I'll see that whatever the mistakes I've done, I'll not do this in the future interviews.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rajat, for your time today. And we will be definitely meeting soon, and we will be sharing all the feedbacks as well, the mistakes committed in this interview. We
Yes,
will
sir.
rectify that, and we'll ensure that in the next interviews, you do not repeat the same mistakes. It should be some new mistakes. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So, absolutely. Thank you for joining once again, and thank you, Govind and Amol, for giving us your time. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir.
Yeah, thank you, Rajat.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.